There's a dark corner where I hide my tears. Things that should have never happened, so I'm bringing you into my past. Meet the ghost that haunts me. For my best friend, the biggest change was a name. From Alana to Alan. Thinking back on it, thank God I hadn't been taught to hate. The unknown, we didn't realize that there was a closet that you could hide in. I was the one who needed to be helped, the sheltered little crybaby who would cry even over the smallest butterfly. Alan would say, "Smile, the moon still shines and the sun will come up. There is always tomorrow." At 11, you shouldn't learn the horrors of this world. When Alan moved to Minnesota, he said he saw the beauty of acceptance in Seattle. Minnesota's winter was the personification of his cold-hearted classmates. Our pen pal letters were filled up with hardships. His classmates would have made even Hitler proud. I could have never have guessed the torture he went through, living in a place where you're hated, misunderstood, slowly eroding, suffocating in a room full of gas derived from ignorance. No one had the courage to tell me of his death. Even I knew ignorance was not bliss, and after 2 years of a facade, the truth comes coming out exploding. I found out in a news article. They did it again. They called him Alana. Even in death, they couldn't respect his name. Needles don't belong in a preteen body. I wonder what type of society breeds hate where college students think it's funny to overdose a human being on heroin. Thought it was funny to play with his life, like it wasn't something he was entitled to. Must mean he was not human, not quite good enough to be respected, like his days kneeling down his soul to your oppressive nature was not a down payment. Like the birds are entitled to their freedom, but Alan was entitled to his chains. He never told me what it meant to be trapped, never hinted to the hatred that was being curved into his skin like poison. This is a tattoo. It's haunting me even in his death. This is not a cry out. I don't need sympathy. I need you to know that your definitions don't matter to me. I need you to know that you don't need to put everyone in a box. And female or male, then expect everyone to choose. Gender is not what makes us human. It's not what defines who we are. We are all old enough to decide what is right and wrong, where we stand and learn that the hard way that names can be deceiving. The right side is not always right. My tears want to buy his freedom, but they can't. So I have to speak. This ghost is haunting me, and I refuse to be fragile. I smile because it's the only thing heavier than this burden. I will never accept hate as a feasible answer, nor will I ever take any of this for granted. I learned long ago that life is fragile. But even for a moment, my life has been changed. I know I must stand for something, so it's time to grow out of the silence. You don't have to be the same to expect to be accepted. Our differences are what make us human. Somewhere there is a kid struggling, trying to define and figure out who they are. Find themselves in a world full of hate, and all I can say is smile. The moon is still shining, and I can't guarantee your tomorrow. So please, darling, live for today.